Hello and welcome as usual. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, sharing and learning together because the one most important thing that we need to understand in this world is something my sister told me the other day is that she says, Victor, we don't have this information to live by, which is the Old Testament, the Jewish ideology. This is what makes life so difficult because it's living in this world making mistake after mistake and not understanding what it means to live here. And if we don't know why we're here, we're going to make mistakes. And there are mistakes that are costly and there are mistakes we cannot fix. So the question is, well, what do we do? Well, this is part of the process or solution for you to share these videos. And then when you learn about this, teach someone else about what you have learned. Because why? We all need this information in order for us to live in this world. I thank God because I've been searching all my life. This world never made sense to me. Like some of you, you wonder, why am I here? What's this purpose? What's all this is about? I had to live with that. And it was not easy. But again, eventually, God answered my prayer and He was able to allow me to have access to this information, to learn it. And therefore, because I have learned, I have an obligation to teach this as well. And this is on behalf of this teaching is Alternate Mays, that the merits will go up to her and they will help elevate her soul to the next level. Again, ladies and gentlemen, today is about why do women talk so much? Well, it says in the Old Testament that God gave 10 levels of speech into the world. 9 levels of speech went to women, and 1 went to men. Now, that tells you why they talk a lot, but is that the only reason? Well, the thing about men and women is that men get close to women through physical attraction, through intimacy, is how we bond or want to or think. Or it's more sometimes it's more of a lust than anything else. But women, their bonding, yes, they do want the intimacy, but most of their bonding is talking, communicating. If you notice with a woman, if you've been married for a long time or been dating or with someone, they always want to talk. You know, sometimes they say, let's just sit here and talk. They just want to talk. Why? Why do they want to talk? Because women are emotional creatures and they way they express their emotion is through communicating. This is their way. They want to communicate. Now the question is, why do they want to communicate with you? Why? Because you are important to them. You are their husband, their boyfriend, whatever significant other. Is this is how they express their feelings towards you. And they want to know that you are paying attention to them. They want to know that you love them, that you are sensitive, you understand them. They're communicating, they're telling you by talking and talking and talking, they're saying to you, I want to be near you. I want to be close to you. And the only way I can be close to you is by talking to you. And are you paying attention to me? I am here. They want to fuse by her talking to you, is fusing with you. This is how she's expressing her love. She could be talking to anybody, her friend, her girlfriend, her neighbor, or co-worker, anyone, but she chose you. And if you notice, how did your relationship started with this woman? Communicating. And the more you communicate with a woman, the more she falls in love with you, the more she realizes you understand her, you care, you paying attention to her. You know, that is interesting because it is something that I had experienced myself a long time ago, and I share this with you. There was this uh, 500 years ago. There was this woman that I was dating, and we are talking. And in our first date, we started talking. But before that, she said to me, she says, Victor, my husband, ex-husband, said I talk too much. That's what she told me. So okay, well I didn't take it that one because it was such a long time ago. So we went out on this date, and on the way driving there, she was talking. The way walking to the theater, she was talking. Buying the candy, the popcorn, the soda, she's talking. And the way to the theater, she's talking. We're sitting down, she's talking. The commercials going on, she's talking. For a minute, I'm like, wow, she does talk a lot. But again, I'm wondering why is she talking a lot? So as the movie started, she was talking. I said, you know what, Victor? She wants your attention. She wants you to listen. So I put the movie aside and I started listening to her. And I realized, wow. And ladies and gentlemen, If you were to hear her voice, she sounds like a chipmunk. Pick anyone, Alvin, Theodore, whichever one of them. That's the kind of voice she had. And she would talk and talk. But as I noticed as she was talking, I was starting to enjoy it because why? She wants to talk to me. She wants to communicate with me. She wants to express her feeling. And I was genuinely interested. I really was. And for me, it didn't bother me. So she started talking and talking, and she kept talking. I'm like, whoa, okay, she loved to talk. But I started taking an interest in her because why? She wanted to communicate with me. And then one day I said, okay, I'll tell you what, you keep talking, I'll listen. Okay, we made a deal. So one day she invited me into her house, and then she was cooking for me, and her son was there. And then so while she was cooking, she was turned sideways, talking to me while she was cooking. She was cleaning the dishes, turned sideways. While she was cleaning the dishes, she was talking. Then one day she was slowing down on her talking because I would listen. And then one day I was just messing around with her. I said, hey, why are you slowing down? Why are you not talking? And she started laughing. Oh, you trying to be funny? I said, no, I'm not being funny. You said you were going to talk, and I said I would listen. So she smiled, and her son said, yeah, Mom, you said you were going to talk. And she said, oh, you see, you got my son going against me. I said, I didn't do anything. You said you were going to talk, and I said I was going to listen. And of course, it was humor, it was funny, and she was smiling. But I really meant that because you know why? I really enjoyed hearing her talking because, again, when you care about someone as a man, you're supposed to listen to them because why? They want your attention. And if you're not paying attention to them, that means you don't care about what they care about. Sometimes it could be about anything. They just want to talk about the weather. As long as they're lashon hara means evil speaking ill about other people. As long as they're not doing that, that's fine. But if they're talking just to talk, listen to them. Why? They're trying to bond with you. And again, you don't want to leave this world and regret because why? You didn't pay attention to the person that you claim you love. Obviously, they love you because why? They choose to talk to you and then they want your attention and they're paying attention to you by communicating with you. The question is, do you love them enough to listen to them? Because this is how women express their love by communicating. And ladies and gentlemen, pass and share this information because it is detrimental to a lot of men who don't understand this. Communication is vital for a woman. It's vital. It's part of them. And you have to learn to accept that and love them for that. You should love them so much more because why? They choose you to communicate with you. They chose you as a life partner, as a soulmate, as a person they want to spend the rest of their life with talking to. And you should be honored and feel privileged that they want to talk to you, not their girlfriends or their friends or co-worker at work. They chose you. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, all of this is to help us to live the life we want. But the only way we can do that is by learning to understand each other, to understand how to approach and care for one another, and also understand the differences between man and female, and most important, understand why God created us, what we are supposed to be doing here, and how to handle ourselves while we're here. Remember, this is a short life. It's not going to be forever. As you can see, we all going to age. We all going to get gray. Our time's coming toward an end. The question is, how do you want to leave this world? Do you want to leave this world leaving good things behind, knowing you made a difference? Or you want to leave this world regretting because why? You didn't treat the person that you say you love the most the best possible way you could have, but because you chose not to. This is what your wife wants from you. Give her what she needs, and you will see how your life change. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and thank you for learning with me. And I'll see you next time. God bless.